Autumn, a season of fleeting color and crisp air, of shortening days and the sense of respite from the earth. She seems to be settling into her yearly Sabbath after a hard-earned summer of growth and sustainment. Fall is always a coveted season to me, where I've traveled many miles in several states, chasing those elusive yellows, reds, and oranges that illuminate the forest canopy. This year, however, I discovered peak fall foliage right here in Kentucky as I traveled down to Pine Mountain with my two good friends as we backpacked the newly finished Little Shepherd section between Whitesburg and Kingdom Come State Park. On October 29th, Chad, Nick, and I journeyed 3 hours southeast to a very festive welcome center at Kingdom Come State Park, where we got our overnight parking pass. We left one vehicle at the Saltress Trailhead near Black Bear Shelter, and then drove half an hour east above Whitesburg, where we hiked half a mile into the Highland section to stay at Flamingo Shelter for the night.
And then they've got a local radio station here that's nice to listen to too.
Oh, we're surrounded by homes, I know.
You think that's enough food for an overnight trip?
No, need twice as much.
There's a lot of food in there. There's two dinners in there.
I think I just did a rookie mistake. I only packed one breakfast instead of two. Well, wait, I brought pancake powder. I could do that tomorrow, so I always wanted to share it with you. After a rainy and damp morning at Flamingo, we reluctantly slung our packs on, hoping that the rain and visibility would ease before coming to the notable vistas this section has to offer. This section of trail continues to follow the Pine Mountain Ridge line, which is a 13.5-mile serpentine route twisting through numerous refreshing overlooks and massive spine-like rock outcroppings termed hogbacks. While rhododendron and mountain laurel bloom profusely in the craggy exposures in the spring, we were gifted with an explosion of autumn colors, which feels increasingly rare in a state that isn't typically known for its fall hues. The first half of the day we followed Highway 1679 in sync, crossing it many times before climbing up and back down the ridgeline. We were grateful for the leaves still on the trees to shelter the slow drizzle that accompanied us. The rainfall made them glimmer and shine like fresh paint over a new canvas.
Like cat food? It looks like really bad food. Looks like someone had an accident in the woods. What do you say? Trick or treat!
Serpent!
After our lunch break, we were anxious to start seeing the many overlooks we had heard about and seen in pictures.
Does it seem easier?
Probably not. Kind of getting stirred up too. Grab your backpack. Like the Three Stooges routine. Go back on the gauntlet.
As we enter the boundaries of Kingdom Come State Park, known as the Black Bear capital of Kentucky, we walked with anticipation, knowing that we were never truly alone in the woods.
Haven't had time.
Our first major vista of the day was called Buzzworm Overlook, which leads you out onto a narrow hogback that suspends you over the edge of the expanse below. We were gifted with a dizzying array of color, none like I had ever seen in Kentucky before.
So here we are at the appropriately named overlook, the Mercy Seat. And this is the first time I have ever experienced thinking I lost somebody on trail. We thought Nick took a tumble, but turns out both parties, Chad and I and Nick, were just a bunch of slowpokes, and we couldn't catch up to one another, but we feared the worst, but we're thankful for the mercy. Nick, glad you're okay. He's ready to get to camp. He's through with us.
As we beheld the almost neon-like yellows at the veil, I felt like I was crossing some sort of veil from the physical to the eternal. It was the type of beauty that leaves you with no words, only sighs of awe and wonder and gratitude. As we reached the upper room, the clouds and mist began closing in around us. I think we all recognized the sacredness of this particular day while standing on this precipice. It's hard not to connect with the spiritual themed names of each of these overlooks. The radiating mountains below felt divinely inspired, and their chromatically adorned hardwoods were swaying like prayers being offered as thanks for the gift of this season, a kingdom come in the peak of fall. No sooner had we basked in the warmth of the glory of the autumnal kingdom did the veil dissipate, concealing the upper room once again. We were humbly transported back to the dreary and damp harshness that is Pine Mountain in late October at sunset. We donned our headlamps and rain gear, knowing that the last few miles were going to be dark and challenging.
All right, in the dark we go.
Forecast was calling for rain now.
Really? That sucks. Oh, stop.
We did. Are we there?
The trail, yeah.
Woo, buddy! High five in the dark. High five in the dark. Yes.
Now, where's the sign to creek? That way we can go behind the sign, high five. Yeah, that was an epic view. Yeah.
Type 2 fun.
Oh, God. Fist bumps. Fist bumps. Alright, boys. Camp time.
The next morning, we lounged within the walls of the castle-like Black Bear shelter, feeling like fattened kings after a victorious battle out in the field. As we lay reminiscing together in our warm, cocoon down feathers, I couldn't shake this revelation that I think Chad and Nick would agree with. Each time I come to visit Pine Mountain, it shapes me, teaching me something new about life and myself. Truly, this mountain has its own gravitas that deserves our respect and reverence. It feels like it defines its own parameters, where miles defy logic, stretching on endlessly in one rugged, beautiful blur. It never ceases to make you earn the beautiful experiences you witness along its highland route. I think we three walked away from this bout with Pine Mountain, feeling grateful for the lives we've been given, and thankful for the changing of seasons that give us color, respite, and renewal for what's to come.